Now that the PBA All-Star Weekend is over, teams like the Meralco Bolts are raring to get back on the court. Here to talk about his team's campaign in the PBA Commissioner's Cup is Meralco head coach Norman Black. Good evening, Coach.
Good evening, Nico.
Nice to see you again.
You too. It's been a while, yes.
It's been a while. Okay, Coach Norman, it's interesting that, well, you have some guys who are coming back from Palawan, but you have two key players who did not take part in the PBA All-Star Weekend. That's Cliff Hodge and Gary David. I mean, how do you feel about those two being left out of the All-Star Weekend?
Well, not to mention Gerard Dillinger and Sean Anthony also did not go. But it's okay. We had a chance to stay in shape. We had a chance to work on our game, our team game, and we'll welcome the other four guys back when they get back tomorrow. Yes.
I guess it works for you that Cliff and Gary did not go. Cliff, you know, everyone says that you have an undersized front line.
We do, yes.
Yes, you do, yes. I know a thing or two about being undersized, so I can I can relate. How valuable is Cliff Hodge to your team?
Well, I have an energy team. I have a bunch of guys who are Masipag, a lot of energy, and to go along with my import, who's pretty much made up the same way. And Cliff Hodge is one of the leaders in that area. He really has a lot of energy. He plays hard every game, and he's one of the keys to our team. I would have liked to have seen him be there in the All-Star game, but at the same time, we had a chance to improve on our game here in the Philippines in practice, and we had a chance to get our import back in shape again. And
then, well, the other guy who did not make the trip was Gary David. Gary, one of the leading scorers in the Commissioner's Cup, always averages in double figures. Tell us about Gary's role. I understand at first took a while for Gary to sort of get your system and get comfortable in how you run things, but seems according to him, he's gotten the hang of it, playing for you.
Well, hindsight is not always the best sight, but I cannot believe he didn't make the All-Star team. That doesn't really make sense. But that's his coach talking, and we're just happy to have him within the team. I think in the beginning, the big adjustment for Gary was he had to play defense. If he didn't play defense, then he didn't receive as much playing time. But I can't remember the last time I've really talked to him about his defense. I mean, he's really played good defense for me, in addition to the fact that he's scoring a lot of points. He hasn't started any game this conference, but he's averaging over 20 points per game. So you can tell that he has really accepted his role, and he's really bought into what we're doing offensively and defensively, and he's thriving on it, actually.
I also noticed that Meralco seems to be thriving, with this sort of underrated, underappreciated theme. People don't really mention Meralco when they talk about PBA title contenders. Yet for a time, Meralco was #1 in the team standings. You have Hodge, you have Gary David, you have one of the most energetic imports, and yet people sort of aren't taking Meralco as seriously as they should. Are you okay with that?
Oh, yeah, I'm okay with it. I don't have any problems with it. Anyway, the games are won on the basketball court. They're not won by opinion. In addition to that, and one of the major reasons why we're doing much better this year is because my import is very good. We played San Miguel a couple of games ago, and he got hurt, and we've been struggling ever since then, but he's back in shape now. So I think teams know we can play. I don't think there's any secret. We did pretty well in the All-Filipino Conference. We weren't a last-place team, so they know we can compete. Of course, we have to play at a high level every night because kanting kulang ang talent ko, kanting kulang ang size ko sa team ko. So it's important that we play hard every single night.
You mentioned Josh Davis getting hurt. I mean, is he back to 100%?
I would think so. He's close to it. I would think he is. And he's been performing well in practice, very similar to the way he was performing before he got hurt. And he's a really good import. He has been really basically the difference between the first conference and the second conference for us.
And was it by design that you got an import that, it wasn't like a PJ Ramos? I mean, is that by design you get an import that sort of like blends perfectly with Reynel and Cliff and John Ferriol?
Well, PJ Ramos is about 7'3", isn't he? About 300 pounds. We're only allowed a 6'9" player. Josh Davis is 6'7", without shoes, so he's about 6'7" and a half with shoes on. And I actually went to the States. Everybody knows this story already, I went to the States to sign up, but we weren't able to get him. So I was there at the D-League showcase, and Josh Davis really stood out in my mind and in the mind of Paulo Trillo, our manager. So we wanted to recruit him. We just felt he would be a good fit for our team because our basic weaknesses are our rebounding and our interior defense, and he helps to fill that for us.
How do you do that? How do you overcome the usual size disadvantage? What does Meralco do to overcome that?
In the case of Josh Davis, he just plays bigger than his size. I mean, he's only 6'7", but he has his arms like a 7-footer. He's a great athlete. He jumps 3, 4, 5 times in a row to get the basketball. So that helps a great deal, the fact that he's very athletic and very energetic. On the other side, though, I've been using a big lineup. Cliff Hodge normally plays the 3 position. Sean Anthony normally plays the 3 position just to try to offset the fact that we're not a very big team. So instead of using a small forward, say a Gary DeVitt is a small forward, I've been using taller guys and stronger guys at that position.
Gary told me once that you felt, you looked at their team, you look at the competition of the Commissioner's Cup, and you believe that it's a special team, and this could be a very special time for your Meralco Bolts.
If we can stay healthy, and we play together, and we play hard every night, we cannot afford not to come into the game with a lot of energy, because other teams are bigger, sometimes they have more talent. So we just have to play as a team every night, and we have to play hard every night. That's the most important thing. If we can accomplish those things, I truly believe that a team that's together is better than a team that's just individuals. So we have to play every night together, but if we can get it done, we can win.
Oh, I think I have a couple of questions left. What sets Meralco apart? I mean, you work with these guys, you see these guys every day. What sets Meralco apart from every other team in the PBA?
I can't really speak for the other teams, Meeks, but I can tell you this. My guys practice hard every single day. They put in the time. They get their work in before practice. They get their work in after practice. Whatever talent they have, they try to get the best out of it. And that's one of the major reasons why we've done pretty good so far. And, of course, my import is the same way. He repeats exactly what the locals do. So you put that all together, and that's the reason why we're doing pretty good.
Well, congratulations so far, and best of luck in your upcoming games. You know I'm cheering for you, right?
Thank you, Meeks. I miss you too, by the way.
Yeah, I miss you too.
We used to work together a long time ago, but...
We hope to see you back here in the studio soon.
Okay. Be glad to come back. Thank you.